Today on PureHer, we are diving into one of the most important questions every woman eventually asks herself. How do you truly know when you have found real love? Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to PureHer for more empowering, female-focused relationship guidance. Your support helps us create more content that protects your energy, sharpens your intuition, and strengthens your standards. Now, let's talk about real love. Not the temporary rush. Not the illusion of potential. Not the connection that feels exciting for a moment and then disappears when the bare minimum shows up. I'm talking about the kind of love that feels grounding, safe, mature, aligned, deeply connected to who you are becoming. Real love is not loud. It is not chaotic. It is not something you constantly have to chase or fight for. Real love meets you where you are. It harmonizes with your growth. It doesn't demand that you become smaller or quieter. Instead, it expands you. But how can a woman truly recognize it? What are the signs that tell you? This is it. This is the kind of love that deserves my openness, my effort, and my time. The first sign is emotional consistency. A man who truly loves you shows up with the same energy he used to win you. Not just during the honeymoon phase, not only when he wants something, and not only when things are easy. Real love is steady, predictable in a healthy way. You don't have to decode his messages, guess his feelings, or analyze mixed signals like a full-time job. His emotional presence is stable, calm, and reliable. The second sign is safety. Not just physical safety, but emotional safety. When you express your feelings, he listens instead of getting defensive. When you talk about your fears, he supports instead of dismissing you. When you set boundaries, he respects instead of testing them. Real love gives you space to breathe. You don't feel like you're walking on eggshells. You don't feel anxious after every conversation. You don't feel afraid to express your truth. The third sign is genuine effort. A man who loves you does more than talk. He acts. He makes plans. He follows through. He pays attention to what matters to you. Effort is not something you beg for. It flows naturally from someone whose heart is aligned with yours. His consistency is not a performance. It is his nature. Another powerful sign is emotional maturity. Real love comes from a man who has done some level of inner work. He takes responsibility for his actions. He communicates honestly. He apologizes when necessary. And he doesn't blame you for problems he created. He doesn't run at the first sign of difficulty. He doesn't punish you with silence. He doesn't keep you in confusion. Real love is clear. And most importantly, real love feels like peace. Not boredom. Not stagnation. Peace. Kind of peace that calms your nervous system and allows you to be fully yourself. Many women confuse chaos with passion because chaos triggers adrenaline. But adrenaline is not love. Peace is where love grows. Peace is where trust forms. Peace is where two people build a real future. When a man brings peace into your life, that is a sign you should never ignore. Now let's go deeper. Let's talk about the emotional patterns, the subtle signals, and the deeper intuitive cues that reveal when love is real and when it is not. Because sometimes the signs are quiet, but they are unmistakable. Real love shows up in the quiet moments. The moments when no one is watching. The moments that are not romanticized, not dramatic, not perfect. How does he treat you when he is tired? How does he talk to you when he is frustrated? How does he respond during misunderstandings? These details reveal a person's emotional truth more than grand gestures ever could. A man who truly loves you will not weaponize your vulnerabilities. He will not use your insecurities against you. He will not make you feel guilty for having needs, emotions, or expectations. Instead, he will treat your heart with care. He will nurture the connection instead of tearing it down in moments of ego. Another deep sign is this. Real love inspires you to grow, not because of pressure, but because of support. He doesn't compete with you. He doesn't dim your light. He doesn't feel threatened by your ambition, your intelligence, or your confidence. Instead, he stands beside you. He celebrates your victories as if they were his own. He encourages you to explore your potential. He holds space for your dreams. Love that restricts you is not love. Love that expands you is the real thing. Let's talk about alignment. Real love aligns with your values. You don't have to twist yourself into someone you're not. You don't have to shrink just to be accepted. You don't have to tolerate behaviors that are incompatible with the life you want to build. Real love fits naturally. It complements your path. It moves in the same direction as your future. Another essential sign is emotional reciprocity. You're not the only one initiating conversations. You're not the only one planning the future. You're not the only one making sacrifices. Love that flows in one direction is not love, it is emotional labor disguised as a relationship. Real love is mutual, balanced, shared. Both hearts contribute. Let's talk about intuition. Women have powerful emotional intelligence. You can feel when something is off. You can sense when someone is hiding something. You can detect when love is real and when it is performative. Your intuition becomes quieter in toxic relationships because doubt becomes louder. But in real love, your intuition relaxes. Your inner voice becomes peaceful. You don't question his intentions every day. You don't replay conversations looking for hidden meanings. You don't feel the need to defend your heart from the person who is supposed to protect it. In real love, your nervous system settles. Your body feels the difference. You sleep better. You breathe deeper. You move through life with more confidence because your heart is supported, not stretched thin. Real love isn't perfect. It has disagreements. It has challenges. It has moments of vulnerability. But the difference is this: real love works through problems instead of running from them. Real love deepens after disagreements instead of breaking. Real love strengthens through honesty. That is how you know. Now, let's talk about the long-term signs. The signs that show not just emotional connection, but real partnership. A man who truly loves you will make space for you in his life. Not only in his free time, not only when it's convenient. He integrates you into his world with intention. You meet the people who matter to him. You see how he lives, how he thinks, how he behaves when life is unfiltered. He doesn't hide parts of his life from you. Another sign: he protects the relationship from external negativity. He doesn't let others disrespect you. He doesn't entertain temptation. He doesn't allow external drama to damage the connection. Real love prioritizes loyalty. Let's talk about emotional safety again, because it is everything. In real love, you can talk about anything without fear of judgment. Your emotions are not too much. Your needs are not unreasonable. Your boundaries are not inconvenient. He welcomes your emotional world instead of shutting it down. A man who loves you also chooses you every day, not just at the beginning. Love is not a moment. It is a pattern, a rhythm, a consistent choice. He chooses patience. He chooses understanding. He chooses connection. He chooses honesty. He chooses partnership. He chooses you. Now let's talk about empowerment. Real love does not drain your femininity. It strengthens it. You feel softer not because you are weak, but because you are not forced into survival mode. You feel more confident, not because he completes you, but because he supports your growth. You feel more stable not because he takes over your life, but because he respects your individuality. The final and most powerful sign of real love is this: you feel like yourself, not a smaller version of yourself, not a filtered version, not a version walking on eggshells. Real love allows you to exist fully, freely, and authentically. Your heart expands. Your life expands. Your future becomes clearer. And your peace becomes non-negotiable. So, if the man in your life brings consistency, safety, maturity, effort, peace, alignment, reciprocity, growth, and emotional protection, then listen closely. You may have found something real. You may have found something rare. You may have found true love. And if you're on this journey, PureHer is here to guide you every step of the way. Make sure you subscribe for more empowering videos that help you recognize healthy love, strengthen your standards, and protect your heart. Because you deserve love that feels like home. Not chaos. Not confusion. Not uncertainty. But peace. Real, steady, beautiful peace.